Hello and welcome back, and today I will be doing these Easter kind of spring themed crafts. So I've got a bee, a bunny, and this cute little egg. Pulling out my mat to paint on and starting off with the bee. So how they have like these little indents, I wanted to do the main color of the bee, so black on the top part and then yellow and blue for the wings and the body of the bee below. And I was gonna do yellow because I feel like there's more yellow on a bee, but then I didn't want the outline of the wings to be yellow, and I wanted to keep all of the colors consistent on it, and I didn't want to have to do two different colors on it, so I just did black. And I was gonna do like a more gray kind of black and not like pure black, but then I decided it would just be better to do just pure black. I just continued painting on the black, which was a little bit easy, but as you can tell I did get it a little bit messed up, but I didn't try to fix it because I knew I was going to be painting again with some blue and some yellow. So yeah, I just kept on going, and I kind of liked doing just the black because it was really simple and really easy, and I realized also as I was doing this was my easiest one, which I kind of had already assumed, which is why I wanted to do it first. But I started with the yellow, and as I was doing this I started to really like how I decided to do on the black on the outside, because I really liked how it kind of made the yellow stand out a little bit more, and then it does the same thing with the blue and it just looks a lot nicer. But you can also tell that the black from before, when I had messed up, it kind of was still there, so I just had to keep on going on layers. And then here I also messed up again, but I just decided to leave it, keep on going, because I knew I was going to fix it up later, like here, and I would just have to do a bunch more layers to fix up any little mistakes that I had. And this was only really in the yellow, because as you can tell, once I started the blue, it was a lot darker and less opaque, so I could do less layers. And I think I even did only one layer for each little section in the wing, because I didn't mess up first that much on the outlining of the black compared to the yellow. And it was just, I think, just because the paint was less opaque, so I think it just really helped, and it was a darker color compared to the light of the yellow. It was a darker blue, even though it was kind of lighter blue. I was fixing the little mistakes that you can't really see right now on camera, but there was little mistakes when I was painting the blue, so I was just fixing that up and trying not to get on the inside of the little parts in the wing. But as you can tell, I did mess up a little bit, so I was just fixing those. And then after I did that, then I had to continue adding more layers onto the yellow. And here's how it looks. I think that this one is really cute and really simple, so now to go to a more difficult one. So this one, I don't know if it was the most difficult, but it kind of ties between the last one, because the last one had a lot more little spaces, but this one had a lot of different colors that I was gonna do for the whole, like, not indented part, but like the part that was sticking up. You can see me kind of putting in my first two colors, and then I started with the pink, and I used the same yellow from the bee, and I'm going to use this pink and this green in the next one, because I wanted all of the little wooden crafts to all be cohesive and look a little bit similar, because I wanted it to just go nicely together, and I didn't want to do different colors because I feel like it wouldn't look as nice together. But I just kept on painting on the pink, and then I did a pink outline because I thought that'd be better than doing like a green or a yellow, because there wasn't so much pink and there's too much green. So I just wanted to do that. Finishing up the last little bits of the border, and then I used the exact same blue for the little parts of the bee's wings as the sky background for the egg, because again I wanted them all to tie together, so this was another big part where they would tie together. And then I grabbed this smaller brush to paint on the insides of every little indent, like where the flowers were. And I was thinking about doing like yellow or pink on the inside, but I kind of just wanted to do blue because I liked how they were all outlined, and I think it does look nice, even though I could have done a little bit of pink. Same thing with the leaves, but I do like using that smaller brush, and I used it a lot in the next wooden craft because that one had a lot of little indents and stuff in it. So you'll have to decide if this one or the next one was the most difficult, but the bee is definitely the easiest one that I did. Then putting on the last little bit of blue. And I did mess up a few times while putting this on, so I would just have to fix it afterwards with this small little green brush. So just putting on the last little details and making sure it looks all nice. And then here it is. I really liked this one, and I do think it looked good in the end, but what do you think? Next is this cute little bunny, and you'll have to decide whether you think this one was the most difficult or the egg was, because I just can't really tell, because I think that they were both pretty difficult. And just so you know, both of the crafts and even the bumblebee all took about 35 minutes to do, which seems weird for the bumblebee because I didn't have a lot to do for it, but it was the first one that I did, and I did have to do a lot of layers because of the black if it messed it up. So I think doing these lighter colors on the next ones kind of helped me. So if I did more darker colors or maybe a lot more different colors, it would have taken me a lot longer. So they both took the same amount of time, so I can't really tell from the amount of time which one was more difficult. But this one had a lot more smaller spaces, as you can tell. But anyway, I used the same exact green and the same exact pink as the last one to kind of tie the two together, and I really do think that they all look so nice because they all have like different colors in them, but then they have like a few similar colors, so it all ties them back together. Just continuing on painting in that last little part with the leaves towards where the two legs are. It was kind of difficult, and so I had to go really slow on that. But then this part is super easy, just painting on. And I started to do this like kind of technique almost, where I would just take like little globs of paint, just put them on, and I feel like it made it a little bit easier because I wouldn't have so much paint on, so I didn't have to worry about like it all going onto the sides. Anyway, I just continued on painting the last little flower, just like this, and then just spreading out the paint. And then this is the different color for the bunny, and I was going to do either the blue or the white, and I decided on doing a white background because I just thought it might look a little bit nicer, and I did it off-white because I didn't want it to like be a full-on pure white, so I did a little bit of an off-white, and you can kind of see it's a little bit more off when you kind of like let it dry. But I just kept on painting, and this is when I mostly used the little green brush because it was able to help me get in every little spot of this. And since I was using white, if I accidentally got some on the sides, I was able to just like blend it out. So I think if I did use like a blue, it would have taken me a little bit longer because I'd have to go back through and add on more layers for it. So that might have helped me with my time. But I just kept on painting and kept on filling in the little spots that I thought looked a little bit bare and didn't have a lot of paint on them. Just like this, and kind of just went back over every little spot to kind of fully cover them. And then I did the head again because this one doesn't have anything on it, so I wanted to make sure it was fully covered. Then put on the last few bits of paint. And here's how it looks. I like this one, but I really liked all of them, and I can't really decide which one I like the most because I like them all together. Here they all are, and let me know which one is your favorite because I can't really decide. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next week. Bye!